back to another episode of our free-to-play series. We are doing Pool 1 to Infinite. This is our 6th episode, and we're starting off at rank 38. Let's see how far we can get. I'm hoping to end today around rank 45. It is going to be a little tougher once we get into the 40s, though, because we will start playing against humans, and we still don't have our 1-drops unlocked. Which is pretty unlucky, because we're about collection level 80, so by now we definitely should have hit Scarlet Witch, or Yondu, or, Mantis. Some of the really good ones are there, and we just missed. Oh, the hub. This can be good for us. We have 2 Novas and no way to blow it up. That's a feels bad. Ooh, we do need to play in the kiln. What's over on the right? Shadowland is coming out? Okay, so this is our Odin lane. We need to just hard commit to the kiln. It's really funny that we got 2 Novas after the Nova Carnage nerf, and we still have no way to blow up Nova. It's very comedic for me. New card for you in 5 hours, Zaprito. Good luck. Hope you get something good. Pool 3 seems extremely polarizing. This is probably enough to win the kiln. We're just going to do something like this, and then we'll drop a tiger on the right with our white tiger. Hopefully we'll draw an Odin. That is winning the kiln. It's plausible we should move the tiger left. We don't need to play a tiger on the right. In fact, I am going to do that. No, I'm not. Tiger right is just better. And we get wrecked by Jessica Jones. So since we already lost the left, we should do something like this. That's our highest chance to win. For 1 cube, it's worth it. If we'd played the tiger on the right, this would be winning. Unfortunately, we did not, so the tiger spirit went right. And we do win. It was close, though. There was a small chance, too. We could have still lost if all 3 Ironheart buffs went the same lane, but it was extremely unlikely. We are getting fairly close to being done with Pool 1. Once we have the finished deck, it will be a lot faster climbing, I think. Yondu gives so much information. It's very easy to climb with Yondu. It's going to be a great replacement for Hawkeye. Mantis over Nova or Uatu. Scarlet Witch, Electra as well over those guys. And we can cut Misty Knight on top of it. It's going to be nice when we eventually get there. Do I like this layout? For me, it's too small to watch. Absolutely not, Innocent Wish. Thanks for the reminder. We have just ruined the first 4 minutes of our video. I do still have to put it out, unfortunately, because I'm leaving everything in. We're getting egoed next turn, so definitely need to play the Star-Lord. I guess I have to play the Medusa and just pray ego guesses everything else right. Nope, I prefer to record in this scene. I just start the recording in the other one, and sometimes I forget this is not the first episode that happened with. I think this might be a retreat angle. It depends on if Ego fills up Kiln next turn. If he does, I'm fine with staying in. But since he didn't, I'm leaving. There's no reason to escape right there because we haven't been snapped. It's not like we're losing cubes, but it's not worth the time to stay in. I'd rather get in a game where I can control the outcome than wait for Ego to play for another 30 seconds to a minute. We always play on turn 1. Generally, Into the Unknown is better. Although we are planning to play Medusa here turn 2, so if we draw the Ironheart, we definitely just play 2 1-drops instead. Yikes, negative zone. That's pretty much as bad as it gets for me. It's hard commit to the right. Pray that we draw the Ironheart. We don't really want to play a 2-mana 4 power into the negative zone, so Medusa looks a lot worse now. And good, it got discarded. They lost their Khazar. That's really good for us. I am going to Star-Lord on this lane because they play the Ant-Man, so they're heavily incentivized to finish filling it. They didn't, but I think the odds were definitely more in our favor. And we're pretty much just trying to set up our Odin lane. And if we don't get anything, we just forfeit. Yep. No intention of changing. Oh my god, and we got negative zoned on the right as well. Okay, so bad things have happened to us. Wolfsbane on the right gives us our best chance of winning, I think. We just ignore the bishop lane, and now we're trying to win Starlight Citadel with whatever we draw. We have a Tiger, we've got Odin, we've got Ironheart. We do have some options. And Wolfsbane is winning right currently. We're going to try this. It's definitely worth staying in. Our odds are above 50%, I think. So I guess I probably should have snapped since I think they're above 50%. And we're moving up. 2 more cubes. Definitely going to hit human players this run. Hopefully we get enough boosters to start getting some upgrades and maybe get a little more collection level upgraded. If we do run into an issue where we're just hard stuck and we can't climb at rank 40 because we don't have the 1-drops yet, I will probably grind off series for boosters and then come back to it at the same rank once we can upgrade. Or maybe we can do it on series. We'll see what Twitch chat thinks. What do you guys think? Do you think it would be better for me to grind off stream for boosters if we run into an issue where we can't upgrade our stuff? And we can't climb without getting the Yondu and Mantis and Scarlet Witch and Electra? Because those are the 4 cards that really change this deck. Yondu, Scarlet Witch, Mantis, and Electra. And then we will probably also add Cable in. I think we can wait one more turn. Elysia makes this a lot easier to stall with. We still missed. So now we're kind of locked in. We do need to go. Can't wait forever. Okay, they're currently at 9 power left. It's probably fine to keep everything on camera to show what the free-to-play experience is like. It's probably all right for context to watch how you're going to overcome low collection level troubles. Well, we're definitely, no matter how high collection level we get, we're not going to play any pool 2 cards. So we're sticking to pool 1 for the whole series. It's just a grind to get to the a slow grind to get the boosters to actually spend my credits for us to get to for content. I got it. No worries about the mistype. Like I said, yeah, it's actually more, for me at least, about... I guess we'll play it like this. And I make the tiger go left twice. And we send the Nightcrawler with it. That's 15 power in Elysium. It's probably enough. It's definitely enough. It's equal. We're going to tie in Elysium. So it's total power. Oh, never mind. Ant-Man will make it a win. Which is good, because I was worried about winning on total power. Spectrum mid, Monkus. It's possible. Did we lose to Spectrum? Oh, Mr. Fantastic was close. But we still win. Bots will play their 6-drop on turn 5 when Elysium exists. Alright, we have the Kiln again. Oh, we have the Watcher on turn 1, so we actually get to know which one's which. Adelan is coming. We don't want to play the Watcher. This isn't a person, so it doesn't matter. But if you have another option, it's generally better to hold the Watcher in your hand, because your opponents don't know that you know what the locations are until you play the Watcher. And so they might choose to play left with you. If you play the, like, you can mind game this. So, like, if I played the Watcher, they would know that I didn't. They could consider that I didn't want to play the Watcher in the open space, and they would know that it's not something like the Sanctum. Because if it's the Sanctum, I'm always spamming the Watcher there. I am gonna hold the Ant-Man though. It's a little bit of surprise power I can put out. And we'll just do it like this. We shuffle in the Wolfsbane, we draw 3. We turn to Adelan and to draw 2 cards for us, and they're gonna, at best, draw 1. Ends up that they're losing a card. I think we actually draw out our entire deck, too, with Asgard. We can decide next turn if we want to play the Tigers left or right. Or we might even just play a Ironheart +1. It's possible that that's just better. Yeah, we do want an Ironheart, and so even though it's not a Tiger, Ironheart here is going to buff this enough, and then we Odin it again, and we'll get an additional 2 power from Medusa. We're getting 2 power from the Hawkeye, and then Ironheart is going to give 6 total power, some of which is going to hit Kiln. It is almost impossible for it to not buff Kiln here. Alright. So now if we Odin it, we are pretty much guaranteed. To win. Here's hoping. As long as one Ironheart buff goes left, we're fine. Alright, we won. Hey, Loot Muncher, we're back to our free-to-play grind. They don't have access to the chat, unfortunately, so maybe I should add that somewhere. On episode 8, we just throw in the chat. Alright, and survey says we unlocked Forge. Still not it. Still no 1-drops. Or only, like, Owatu. None of the good ones. We did get Strong Guy boosters, though, so we can upgrade him. That'll get us another card. Survey says Multiple Man. Boy, we are getting pretty unlucky. Electra, Yondu, Scarlet Witch, and Mantis are all in these, like, these cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All 4 of the ones we want in the last 7 cards. So we are extremely unlucky. We're actually out of credits. So it's possible that this is going to be the last episode I do. Is it till 214? You're right, it is 214. I was thinking 114. When did I start this account? This is our 2nd day on it. Wait, I already have Strong Guy and Blade, right? Yep, we do, but we don't use them, so there's no point. They're not helpful. If you're doing a pool 1 free to play, they're not good enough. And Kite is right. Pool 1 is 214. For some reason, I thought it was 114. So there's plenty of time to still hit it. We definitely should have played Hawkeye on turn 1. I was looking at chat instead of paying attention. Because we don't want to play Ironheart on the Hawkeye lane, so we can't play it on turn 2 and get the buff from it. Fortunately, we drew Star-Lord, and the way bots work is that they're extremely incentivized to play Not Into the Unknown. I don't know what the point for that is and why they're willing to play into Westview Unknown instead of this one, but most of them seem to be coded to play on the left or mid as it gets revealed. Owatu, as always, you're late. We're going to get our Odin lane start setting it up. You want to make one lane really strong for your Odin power. That's how you're going to climb faster. We'll be more in depth on when to snap and when not to snap as we get further in. I'm more okay playing the Hawkeye now because we're going to play the Tiger next turn. Although maybe I shouldn't be because Grand Central could pull my Odin if I draw it. It's going to play whatever we top deck. So Grand Central will play our Misty Knight for us. I think this is fine. Oh, Olympia. Interesting. Medusa gets pulled in. They get a free Apocalypse. That's a little terrifying. But this is good enough, and we win. And we're going to snap because we're winning left already, and we're probably winning mid with this, and even if we don't, we're probably winning right. Yep. The bots seem to retreat a lot more now. It's very hard for me to sneak 8 cubes off them. We got a Watu, so we might as well take a look. We're going to get Squirrels, and we're going to get Cloning Vats. In that situation, since we know we're going to get Squirrels and Cloning Vats, it might be worth it to not play into Hala, just so that our Squirrels get destroyed. We're going to have way too many cards, so it'd be also better to just play Nova. I could see Nova and using Hala to destroy my Nova. We are going to have way too much stuff. Not enough space to play everything. I'm hoping to spam some Iron Hearts into cloning bats, but even if I can't, the what's it called? Wolfsbane would be great too. There's the Iron Heart. Hopefully it doesn't hit the Nova, but even if it does, it's fine. Because we're going to play 2 Iron Hearts and Odin on them. Did hit the Nova lane, but only with 1. As long as both of these buffs don't go on the left lane, I'm pretty happy here. And I guess even if they do, then it's enough power that I should still be happy. They did this combo wrong. They want the Forge to go on the multiple man, but they're getting it on the next card anyway instead. We hit Nova again, so it's kind of unfortunate that we're losing all that power. But we're winning mid by a ton. This is the most power we can get. And then we can just Odin on the cloning bats on the final turn. And this is winning most games. I should have moved the Nightcrawler left, but this is still fine. I also should have snapped. Looks like we would have only tied left anyways with Nightcrawler left, so that's totally fine. And that puts us up to rank 40, where we will now start fighting human opponents. So I imagine the series is going to be a lot more interesting. We get boosters, not credits. And time to face our first real player. We are fighting a pay-to-win player right off the bat. So that is the free-to-play experience. Looks like Grand Central, Asgard, and Atalan. Since we know Atalan is coming and that this is Asgard, we can really hard commit to Asgard. Get as much power here as we can before Atalan cycles our hand, and then Asgard will draw us an additional 2 after that. I should have played Nova instead of the Watcher. They got Okoye on turn 1. We're about to get clapped by an Okoye deck. It is definitely a little bit more difficult to beat something like this, especially with Angela on 2. Angela is another great addition for this deck, by the way. Definitely a solid add-in. I am just going to play the Ironheart. I think it's better to set up my Ironheart lane for the late game. Never before seen, we'll get used to her. Yep, we're going to be seeing a lot of Okoyes. She's not the super OP one. I think this isn't that strong. The Nakia is the really crazy one. We're going to come up on Nakia soon. Probably against this guy, I imagine. And then we're going to be having a bad day. Alright. And this is the best I can get without filling up mid. We do get all of our power. That's good to see. So we are going to draw the 2. Or we do get Asgard. Um, so we can do something like this, and then hope the Star-Lord gets pulled into Grand Central. And then we play Odin right, and that's our win con. They did not play Nakia, so we have a decent chance to win here. I'm going to see my own main deck on a lot of games now. Yep. Oh, this person's playing a Pool 3 Sarah version. Oh boy, I can't wait to get absolutely rolled in a second. And our Odin went off, so... we lost the 50-50. They got a free Nakia. We're just going to retreat. The odds that we win this game are very close to 0. But fortunately, they didn't snap us, so we only lose 1 cube. Let's see if we can't make it to 41 before we call it for the day, because we are going to need more credits to start getting more 1-drops. We want Yondu, we want Electra, we want Scarlet Witch, and we want Mantis. And once we get those cards, we're going to be a little bit more confident, but until then, it feels bad. Oh, we're getting Iceman. So we're never playing White Tiger. That does mean I can be a little bit more liberal with playing into my Odin lane, because we only need to copy Ironheart and... Oh. I guess we should let them commit to the vault, because we're not winning the vault anyways. There's an argument to be made there. We're only going to be playing Wolfsbane and Ironheart in our Odin lane. Those are the two we want to copy, so we don't have to worry as much. So I'm hoping to draw Wolfsbane and then Odin on the final turn in mid, and that's how we win. And outside of that, we just retreat for 1 cube. Yep, Sunspot on the right. Who could have guessed? Neither of us get Asgard buffs. That's fine. We did not hit. Ant-Man is just more power than Nightcrawler, so we'll play him. We'll do the Star-Lord thing. If they use all of their mana, I'm going to be considering White Tiger as a way to get into the vault. And scare them out next turn. Oh, they have Dracula. Fun. Alright. They are gonna hit their Dracula. It's possible they move Nightcrawler out and White Tiger wins the vault, but they need to play 6 mana as well. I think their play right here is Chavez plus Dracula, in which case I always lose, right? Because Dracula discards Infinite. If I'm assuming Dracula's discarding Infinite. Their deck does play a little weird for Dracula to be discarding Infinite, though. So the question is, do we think they have Infinite and Chavez? They only have 2 cards in hand. They just top decked 1. The top deck is most likely Chavez, which does not win the Shadowland unless they discard something else. If they move the Nightcrawler into Asgard, or into the Shadowland, it requires them to move for us to win, so I'm gonna retreat, because I don't think that they move the Nightcrawler if they're trying to win the Shadowland, and if they they move the Nightcrawler mid to Asgard, and try to win Asgard and Shadowland. You know, if they try to win both, we always lose. And the only time they move the Nightcrawler is if they're trying to win both. Alright, we did get a Watu on turn 1. We hit the Dark Dimension and Asgard. It's going to be very important for us to get into the Dark Dimension, but at the same time, I think more important than it is for that, we want to get into Asgard and draw extra cards on turn 4 so that we can get two Tigers out. So I'm hoping to draw a 1-drop here. We play them both. The Nightcrawler can go in Kamar-Taj, be an extra little bit of power for our, what's it called, Wolfsbane. Wolfsbane will get 4 additional power since Kamar-Taj. We're going to snap here. If our deck ever wins, this is when it wins, so... It's the Wolfsbane. This is what we planned. That's why we played the Nightcrawler and Kamar-Taj. Turn 6, we're going to Odin there, and we always win Kamar-Taj. We do actually need to put something into Asgard. I guess this is still fine. We just play the Misty Knight, alright? Let me move the Nightcrawler over. Then Odin is going to give us 16 extra power in Kamar-Taj. Only 10 really though, because the Nightcrawler's moving out. So we'll be up to 25, and I'm pretty confident this always wins. And we're happy to win 4 cubes. Easy. Our deck is definitely going to be weaker than other decks, even after we get the cards we're looking for. But hopefully we're able to play our odds better than they do, and we'll climb that way. And we crashed again. Once again, I am playing this on an emulator before the game is completely released. It will be more stable, hopefully completely stable by the time those of you watching on YouTube are seeing this. Hopefully the game's been released in your country at that time. All of these 1 cube losses are probably actually going to matter because every cube is going to count with this deck. So the crashes are very impactful, actually. Fortunately, we're still at rank 40, so we don't care too much about that cube. Oh, we got Olympia right off the bat. That's really good for us. We can start planning around. I'm going to play Nova first, and we can play Misty Knight later. Nova implies to them that I'm playing something that I'm not, so it's a great throw in early. Makes people think something else is coming that isn't. And then if they're playing Okoye on turn 1, a lot of the time they're passing turn 2, so I don't need to play the Star-Lord. I would like to if I knew they were playing something, but I'm not confident enough, so I'm not going to play it. Current game plan is to play Ironheart on the right. Question mark for turn 4. Turn 5, play White Tiger. Turn 6, play Odin. Looks like we're in a very similar boat. Oh, Owatu, you're late. We are getting 2 tigers. I would like them both to go mid. So I'm going to play Owatu over here on the left. And we'll Star-Lord here to try and make our Odin a little stronger. Have a little bit more power to win the Odin lane. And then the tigers should win left. That is extremely unfortunate for us. Because now we can only play Odin on the right. Which means we have to pass turn 5, which means we don't get tigers. Because we can't play anything here. Why do we have extra mana? What's going on? Why do I... Oh, Tinker's work... He Scarlet Witched into Tinker's Workshop, so we actually get to win this. That's crazy. And he won't be able to send the Green Goblin back to me because we're going to move a tiger into Tinker's Workshop on the last turn. Unless he has an Odin right now, which would be really funny. We did buff the Goblin we sent him. Alright, and I think I'm committing to losing the Workshop now. So I should move the Nightcrawler. That will put this down to 10, 11, 12, and then the Tiger will make it 19. And we won. This guy has Green Goblin. That's crazy. They're playing this deck, the Pool 1 Odin deck, with Green Goblin. Ugh, I wish. I don't even have Green Goblin on my main account. Alright, playing Nova into Hala is a really good way to get it to blow up since we don't have activators. Not that we need Nova to blow up, but a lot of the time it is something we can appreciate. They don't want Nova to blow up, so now they're not likely to play into Hala. We are going to lose Bar with No Name 10 out of 10 times. So that's pretty unfortunate for us. Oh, they played Armor for us. It's very helpful. Okay, that's really big, actually. Because we can now play Ironheart and the Tiger. And we can move stuff out into New York later. Okay, so Tiger, we'll move a Tiger. We need to move 2 things over. We need to move 1 left. Play Odin. Okay, so I can play the Owatu for 1 power. It's greater than 0, so it is worth playing. So if the Tiger goes left, that's awesome. And if it didn't, it's still fine. It actually would not have been fine. I don't want to copy the Tiger, ironically. I guess this is the best, most power I can get. If the Ironheart hits left, we're fine as long as it misses Tiger. We miss Tiger. We lose on total power. If we moved the Nightcrawler left, we won on total power. That was me making a mistake. That's why we lost that. But our deck could have won. Which I think is pretty good. We got a Watu on turn 1. We can see the future. We're playing up against Wrong Chris again. Asgard, Savage Land. So on the right is going to be Savage Land. Mid is Asgard. It is going to make us tough to have any lane as an Odin lane. I don't think there's a reason for us to play a Watu in the situation where we already have 3 things made. They Yondus. They hit our Nightcrawler. That's good. We don't want to draw Nightcrawler anymore. I think I'm fine playing on the left with my bigger stuff. We miss, but that's fine. Sometimes it's better than Star-Lord. Delaying our Ironheart doesn't actually hurt us. Oh, it delays the Star-Lord? Does it delay Ironheart as well? That's interesting. I wonder if the Star-Lord actually goes off now. Does not. Alright, we almost always win in the flooded area if we just fill it. I'm willing to lock down a victory here and ignore the Lumeria as a result. Oh, we get pushed out. He got us with the Storm Juggernaut combo. That's fine. A Tiger still wins the flooded location. So does Odin. Most likely Odin probably gets the Ironheart buff over. And we'll finish up last turn. We'll see what our last draw is. Okay, we do. Odin no longer likely wins the flooded location. In fact, we always lose. But they retreat because we got a bad draw. Awesome. That is quite unexpected. Alright, unfortunately, we are going to be stuck here middling at rank 41 for a while with the free-to-play deck as is. We do need to hit some of our 1-drops. So I think we're going to come back once a day, if that. And we'll just do 1 episode once in a while for now until we can get through Pool 1. Being in Pool 1 is going to prove a little too difficult to or not being in Pool 1, missing all of these 1-drops, missing Yondu, missing Scarlet Witch, missing Electra, missing who's the last one? Mantis, missing Cable is going to prove to be a little too much for us to climb with. A little too inconsistent. I hope you've enjoyed the series so far. We'll be back with the next video tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good one. Bye.